Hello, my name is Caroline Driehorst, and this is my report on the anecdotal fallacy. To understand what the anecdotal fallacy is, one first needs to understand anecdotal reasoning, which is an example of the confirmation bias. It's where one places truth in other people's experiences or stories to prove their point. The anecdotal fallacy calls out the lack of logic that the anecdotal reasoning suggests. Now, the anecdotal fallacy is typically committed in a setting of peer-to-peer advice or recall of a story to prove one's point. The anecdotal fallacy leads to many false beliefs, primarily in people that are seeking reasoning, closure, and/or emotional support. It can also be the cause for people's beliefs and superstitions, all from hearing about scenarios that they did not personally experience themselves or even witness. Why is anecdotal reasoning false? It's because no two scenarios will ever be exactly the same, because no two people are the same. The best example, proving the anecdotal reasoning is indeed false, is from the movie He's Just Not That Into You. In this movie, the two leads, played by Justin Long and Jennifer Goodwin, are mirrored images of someone committing the anecdotal fallacy, Jennifer Goodwin, and someone informing her that her logic is not sound at all. I have included a short clip from He's Just Not That Into You to provide you an example of the anecdotal fallacy.
Call because he has no interest in seeing you again.
Yeah, but my friend Terry once went out with a guy who never called. She totally wrote him off. Over a year goes by.
Right.
And she ran into him, and it ended up that they...
Your friend Terry's an idiot, and she's also the exception, by the way. The rare exception.
Okay. But what if I'm the exception?
No, you're not. You're not at all. In fact, you're the rule. And the rule is this. If a guy doesn't call you, he doesn't want to call you.
As you can see from the clip, right when Jennifer Goodwin gets hit with the truth of the situation, that he's just not that into her, you see her expression fade into sadness. But then it's quickly picked back up when she recalls the hopeful success story her friend had. This is a coping mechanism or bias based in denial. No one enjoys being denied. It's not a comforting feeling. So in order to cope with it, people tend to soften the blow by coming up with excuses or antidotes on why someone they liked didn't call back. Like, maybe he's still hung up on his ex, or he needs to focus on himself for now. He really liked me, but ... These are things we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better, so it softens the blow. One way we can prevent ourselves from committing the anecdotal fallacy is by being a confident, self-assured person, and by knowing that everyone has their ups and downs, that sometimes there isn't an actual reason for the bad things that happen to us. Another way is by taking people's experiences and advice with a grain of salt. Every situation is different, and it's important not to hold out false hope or to live in denial. Whatever your life outcome is, you can't compare it to someone else's. You are completely unique.
Wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked.